Hello everybody out there today. It's a beautiful day on the boat. Um, as you can see, I'm not in the water yet because there are trees in back of me that I grounded, which I didn't. I have done that once because of I think it was a tornado. But anyway, I'm here to go over lesson 6 with you of the different lessons that I've been going through. And again, today, lesson 6, I'm upset because I see something that is not there. That's the premise or the thought that you would have, or what you'd say out loud as you're going through this exercise. Just like all the other exercises, it's designed to retrain you to take a very introductory approach to retraining kind of how you think about things, about how you look at life. Because the bottom line is, based on how we look at life, what we believe inside of us is what we see in life. And so it's very, very powerful. People talk about manifestation. People talk about when I was younger, actually I'm going to switch thoughts here. When I was younger, and actually most of my life, and I've heard this quite a bit, and it's in our contemporary teachings, is the idea that we believe what we see. So, I'll believe that when I see it, is a common euphemism, right? I believe that when I see it. I still hear that all the time. And it's not that way. We've been taught wrong. It's actually what I believe, I will see. And think about it. Anything in this world that we've created was once a thought, or multiple thoughts, and became a belief, became reality, it became something physical. Think about 100 years ago, 200 years ago, the things that we have now, like this thing I'm talking to you, this was like, this was voodoo, this was witchcraft. So people couldn't even conceive something like that at that time. Although they did conceive a number of things that brought us to this point. And they were first always thoughts. And they were thoughts, and then they became a really strong belief of someone who thought about it, that this could be real. I could create this. And then there was a drive and there was actions. So there's something that I do is it's called Fab. And it plays into this, but you need to have for anything to really change in your life, for you really to accomplish anything, you need feelings about it, you need to take actions, and you need to have a belief that it's actually possible. And I think of it as like anybody out there as a fire triangle. You need all three sides of this in order for the magic to happen, or something to happen. Because if you think of a triangle, I'm just going to do a little triangle. I said a little triangle. I've got the base. So if the base falls away, then you have the two sides, and it doesn't work. If one of the sides falls away, it falls as well. And you don't necessarily need the sides in any particular order, because you can get the whole triangle, you can get the whole outcome by starting at one part of the triangle or any of the triangle. And so the feeling part, let me just kind of go through it. The feeling part, actually let's start with belief, because that's usually how people think about things. Like, I believe, or I have this belief that I can do something. Or actually, no, strike that. I have a goal, right? I have a goal. If you have a goal and you see that you want this goal and you really, really want it, if you don't believe you can't get there, then you'll never get there. And what'll happen is, this happened with me for a lot of different things, and is where I'll have a goal, I'll have something I really, really, really want, but then I think, oh my God, that's not possible. That's just not possible, and I just shut myself right down. And actually, a pattern can develop where you don't have these goals anymore. You don't have these drives. You don't have these initiatives to do anything, because you feel like you just it's just like hopeless, And that's just a really sad state to be in. because anything we think and we have drive for, we can get, we can create. So you have a goal, and you want to believe that you can get there. So what I tell people, and what I've done myself, I've needed to do, is I can't set my goal way, 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 way out in the future, because it's too far away from me. It doesn't feel real to me. So what I'll do is, if I have like a goal that's out in the future, I'll step it back a few ways. You know, I have to, they call it chunking. They'll step it back to have a few different steps that are closer, that feel real and feel like it's achievable for me. And then I'll start to have a belief. And then what you want to do is you want to picture yourself in that state, in that goal, either the chunked goal, the smaller one, or the larger goal, and just feel yourself there, and even imagine yourself there. Close your eyes, daydream, we feel with our body sensations, our thoughts, we can have visualizations, and we also have feelings. And all those will strengthen the belief and the momentum, I would say, toward whatever goal you're going towards. The second piece would be, you can sit in a cave, for the rest of your life and have this goal and really, really, really believe you're going to get there and not do anything about it. And guess what? You're not really, really, really going to get there. You need action. You need some type of action. And I encourage people, and this has worked for me. I've done this in karate. It's worked very well for me to kind of progress, is to have little baby steps. Create little baby steps towards your goal. And so sequential little baby steps will build upon each other. And they don't have to be huge. Just set yourself in the direction. And as these little baby steps build, each one that you succeed in will give you a little more belief that you can get to this goal. And so it'll give you more incentive to do the next baby step. And it's very much an exponential function, or it just rises very, very quickly. That's why people will say that the most difficult step in a journey is the very first step. Because once you start taking those steps toward the direction that you want to go, it gets easier. Because everything kind of comes together for you. Your thoughts, your beliefs, the actions that you're taking. You'll put out an energy to people around you. And things will just happen for you. I've experienced this a number of times in my life. And it becomes easier. It really does become easier. It's setting that goal and that intention, and then taking those first steps that can be difficult. So anyway, I just wanted to describe that process because it's very powerful, and that's what I use when I teach people, is that idea. And to go to the lesson for today, I am upset because I see something that is not there. This is a fundamental piece to just kind of retrain your brain. So what you would do, just like the previous lessons, is just come to a place of calmness. I will close my eyes, and I will do this after a meditation or a few minutes of just calmness, slow breathing, relaxation. Open my eyes, and then I'll just think about become aware of what I'm thinking. And actually, I find it easier to do it when my eyes are shut because I'm not distracted by visual things like, the other 2 days, the bees and stuff like that. Oh, well, no, I'm not going to say because I guess there were bees yesterday too. It was pretty amazing. A swarm of honeybees flew down over the boat. I mean, there were just, I don't know how many there were millions of them, and it was really, really cool. See, I got distracted. So if you close your eyes, I find it very helpful because I don't get distracted, and I'm able to sense my thoughts. Maybe I can't say I visually see them, but I can pick them out. Or hear them. There's something internally that I know what I'm thinking. Right? We all have that. And then as you become aware of it, you just use this little mantra and you say, I'm upset because I see something that is not there. And whatever upset, and then you want to pick something that's not too far on the angry scale, because that can be difficult. When you're too far on the angry scale, you're like into rage, or too far, it becomes very difficult to get to observe it, because you're kind of in it, you know. When you're in it, it's difficult to take yourself out of it. So what I advise you to do is, when you're practicing this, is to just kind of, you'll observe thoughts that are like maybe just slightly upsetting, or whatever you're feeling at the time, like worry, or maybe just a little anger or upset, or someone cut you off the other day or something like that. But nothing really, really, on a scale from like 1 to 10, nothing like a 10 or a 9, maybe like down in a 4 level, if you can think about those thoughts. And then they'll be easier for you to recognize and use this with. So I'm just going to read this real quick. The exercises with this idea are very similar to the preceding ones that we did. Again, it's necessary to name both the form of the upset, like anger, worry, distress, whatever it might be, fear, depression, and the perceived source, specifically for any application of the idea. So you would always link the source of the upset to the feeling of the upset. And they just give an example. I give an example of, I am angry at X because I see something that is not there. I am worried about X because I see something that is not there. Today's idea is useful for application to anything that seems upsetting to you. Although, like I said, I would keep it to something that's not too upsetting, because I think it's easier. However, the 3 or 4 practice periods you would need today should be preceded by a minute or so of mind searching, like I said. And the more you do this, the better you'll get at it. Like anything, it takes practice. And the practice is very, very much worth it, I would say. And again, if you resist applying the idea to some upsetting thought more than others, remind yourself of the two causation states in the previous lesson. And that's really about it. So in a nutshell, what you want to do is you want to just observe something around you, and as you see something that upsets you, or you think something that's upsetting you, just recognize that I'm upset because I see something that is not there. And that just goes along with us retraining our brains, retraining our minds, I would say, retraining our minds to see things differently. Okay? So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.